I'm Sara Davies. I'm an Associate Professor in International Relations at the Centre for Governance and Public Policy at the School of Government and International Relations at Griffith University. I think what is important when we're talking about female leadership in the area of politics is to recognise the fact that they are individuals first and foremost, and that their gender and their sex shouldn't be the only things that we identify to talk about where they can contribute and why and how they can contribute. But having said all of that, the fact that we have, a situation where globally we are struggling to reach a 25% quota target for female representation in our parliament means that we need to have a discussion about the persistence of excluding women from our parliament systems, sometimes from the most senior levels of our government, and in particular in my area, in foreign policy and security studies, we still have a situation where it's unique to have female representation in peace resolution processes, to have female representation on the United Nations Security Council. We saw this year an attempt to have a female candidate for the United Nations Secretary General position. And so we need to continue having this discussion about the absence of women from these senior roles and what does that tell us about society and the way in which we attribute particular roles, particularly in the area of politics and international relations, to women versus to men. So I would say that first and foremost what's important in terms of what makes a great leader would be to ensure that there is that gender equity within their own portfolio or within the environment in which they're working in, to look around at the table that they're at and to think about who's included, whose voice are they hearing, and if there are voices there that aren't being heard, why aren't they being heard? And in international relations in particular, what we often see is the prioritisation of particular areas, for example, security, strategic studies, prevention of terrorism and terrorist attacks, protection of borders, and what that can lead to is particular actors continually being invited to speak, but we're not always hearing about the voices and the experiences of those who aren't able to reach that table, who may not be able to, be elected, may not be able to speak freely, may not be physically able to even be able to attend these meetings, these sessions, even in their local environment. So I think what makes a great political leader is to look around them and see where are our voices not being heard, what obstacles are in place to those voices being able to be heard, and how can we ensure that there is an equitable system in place for people to be able to politically contribute to make their world safer.